No, and again, we can see him talking about the mana difficulties. We see
interesting that Ragworm's going in into a board of a 4/4 and a 5/4. Both Dowsing Shaman and Ragworm have gone in.
Doesn't that set your wild size alarms off?
Absolutely. Even if I hadn't seen Aaron Brackman's hand, you'd have to know he has a wild size. The thing is, does he have 2 tricks? I mean, if you double block here, you're probably going to get like a 2 for 2, even if he has the wild size. Oh, he only single blocks? He's just asking you to get wild size.
Well, it's a trade here. Wild size is +2/+2. So it's
True.
a 5, 5 on 5 power toughness.
Right.
Shield and sword.
There's the wild size. I'm surprised Aaron Brackman sent in the Ragworm into a potential trade when he's got Ocular Halo in his hand.
Well, perhaps maybe we're being too greedy.
I mean, does that 4/4 plus 5/4 mean he just didn't have time to take advantage of it?
I guess he doesn't want to take a turn off from playing guys. I mean, he's got a solid on the ropes already. Eating a good chunk of his life. He's down to 10. He'd rather kill a guy. But now we're going to get a pretty big Gore Clan Savage here.
Osawa serves with his Rootkin. Deals damage. That'll activate the Bloodthirst. Okay, here's the Focus Ball.
He's got a red mana now, too.
It's interesting. I built this match as beatdown versus control, and it's worked out that way in the other direction somehow.
I mean, that's the thing about playing either beatdown or control. Sometimes you have to know
when to switch
gears.
Yeah, it's a very relevant skill in Magic to figure out, okay, in this situation, do I actually make the normal play, or is there a better way to play my deck? The thing is, I think Osawa's deck might be a better control deck than Brackman's is a beatdown deck.
Well, it's funny, he has a deck that's not quite what he's drafted for the rest of the weekend. He's got
a lot more top end than he normally has.
A lot of 5 casters.
It's the colors he's comfortable with. But.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look back at the coverage, you see a deck that's with the 7/2 drops. You'll see some stuff that's more his style from earlier in the weekend. Much more similar to what we were talking about the Summersburger draft. But he really, I mean, I think the key is he was able to get these 3 Aquastrand Spiders very early. Didn't feel like he had to take them over, the cards, and he's able to go Spider into this fatty, which is even just a little fatter at the graft.
Now, what's the other ability of Cytoplast Rootkin? In addition, I know when it comes into play, you can put a +1/+1 counter on everything with a +1/+1 counter. That's another ability, right?
This is a little embarrassing. I'm not sure. I think you can move tokens around.
But only to it, not from it?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Of course, everyone watching the webcast has got the card viewer up, the push-pull. They're looking at the wording right now.
It's so funny. I mean, it's one of the few rares I actually haven't seen. I've done a lot of drafts.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually played with or against that card yet.
Huh. All right, Aaron Brackman drops a Starfletcher and
Seal of Fire.
I like the new art on the seals.
Yeah, I'm really happy with
both Seal of Doom both turned out well.
So
fit Rakdos so well too. Just looking at those 2 seals back is Rakdos just wants its hand on the table.
Sure, yeah. I thought that was actually a very elegant decision also.
It's all Aaron Forsythe.
Coach. Still disappointed he didn't make the trip this time.
Yeah, Dissension was his first lead design. I think he did a spectacular job with it.
And there is
the Scrapper. Scatter the Seeds.
I think ultimately
Sawa turns on the offense.
With the Char in hand, he's got a little bit of an answer for a trick.
A 5/6 and a 4/4. Enter the red zone.
Yeah, don't have a lot of strength on the other side of the table. You guys are a little,
Yeah, that's why I didn't think Brackman had the ability to win this game via beatdown. That's why I think he had to sit on Ocular Halo Ragworm I
Okay.
think he was going to have to win via card advantage. Like, I mean, I sort of see your point. Oh, okay, he gets to trade, he gets to take a chunk out of Osawa's life total, but I don't think he wins the beatdown race here. 3 cards a turn, planning to win 5, 6, 7 turns from now, I thought was a better strategy.
He might have been looking at the Seal of Fire Dowsing Shaman. He's got.
That's pretty good.
He gets him low enough, and he's got Seal of Fire Dowsing Shaman going.
I could also be turned off by the fact that I could see Osawa's hand. I knew he had a Gorkland Savage, and he had a Rotworm, and he was going to be playing these fatties that Brackman was going to have trouble attacking.
And then remember, Brackman does not have as much life as he thinks he does because
there's a char.
There's a char in his hand, and there's a Scatter to the Siege, which is some extra targets to throw to the Rotworm.
True.
Not targets, but victims.
Food.
So I think it looks like this first game, it's hard to imagine it not going to the Japanese side of the table. Yeah, I think he was probably looking at the idea that he could get him down to 8, get him down to 6, and then it's like a couple turns away. He just like
it's not crazy.
Fire,
Certainly
seal
not
of fire, seal of fire.
Certainly not a crazy strategy.
And he may have also seen.
It just doesn't seem like it worked out this game. Right. Osawa was able to stabilize with Pet 10, and that's a lot of work for one Dowsing Shaman and one Seal of Fire to do.
Looks like Brackman's almost trying to figure out if it's worth packing it in here.
Oh, interesting. Osawa drafted first pick Char, no-brainer. Reading this from the forums, who are now playing around.
Who had a chance to see the other players' draft, but we haven't. That's pretty interesting.
Right, and then jumped to Peel from Reality, even though he was past Oathsworn Giant, Skylight Legionnaire, Hammerfish Giant, Ordering Commando. So he got past that crazy good Boros pack, and he took Peel out of it.
I mean, Peel is one of the top commons in all of Ravnica.
But for a very aggro player, he seemed to have no interest at all in Boros.
Right. Boros doesn't seem to be the way he's gone. It doesn't really favor the third pack for the graft strategies.
It's funny how I guess he was thinking Izzet, right? Thinking I'll ship Boros, but I'll go red-blue. I'll be Izzet in the second pack.
Sure. You can very easily be red-blue-green.
Right. Didn't work out. He wound up abandoning the Peel's presumably in the sideboard. He's not playing any blue.
Right.
Yep, he was looking Bloodgraft from the start. Well, they're speculating that he was looking Bloodgraft from the start. I think he was leaving Bloodgraft open, but he's been Black Splash much more often than he's been Blue Splash all weekend.
That's definitely been the way you've had to draft this format. Is you can have a plan in mind when you sit down at the table.
And you can also attack with gigantic monsters. Gorkland Savage moves into the red zone. The Root Can is still a 3/3. The Rotworm is a 6/5, and Aaron Brackman's got to figure out how to block.
3/3s the runs here.
Sorry, you were saying?
No, I was just saying that you can have all the best intentions, but if you don't listen to your neighbors and sort of flow with how the cards go, you've got to leave yourself open for that third packet. You got to leave yourself. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is leave yourself with. Well, he's got a regenerating support back troll here, so he can actually block the. So the Dowsing Shaman can block the 3/3. Oh, but he can still move a counter over.
Yep, that other ability of the Root Can kicking in. Brackman does seem to want to keep that Dowsing Shaman alive. I think he sees that as his road to victory.
I don't see how.
Star Fletcher is going to chump block the Gorkland Savage. Brackman willing to take 3 down to 8.
Is he going to Seal of Fire him here? He's got to regenerate his.
Yeah, he regenerates the troll instead of using Dowsing Shaman.
But if that's what you're going to do, then I think you have to put the Dowsing Shaman out there. What is his? He's got another. Oh, that's a Null Mage Shepherd.
Binocular Halo is still sitting in Brackman's hand. Oh, and Streetbreaker Worm comes down for Osawa.
Oh my God!
How much power does he have in play? 5 plus 6 is 11. Plus 3 is 14. Plus 6 is 20. Fully 20 power of creatures in play for Takuya Osawa.
Versus 6 points of toughness on